Imagine my surprise. Just imagine my surprise when I was sent these ratings yesterday afternoon. Imagine my surprise when I found out that Jason Kelce's late night debut on ESPN, huge, embarrassing failure. I mean, what a shocker! Who would have thought that another show on ESPN would be a massive flop? Hell, when is the last time that ESPN did something successful? This is the same network that can't get the national anthem right. What I don't understand here is why Jason Kelce is doing this. As most of you guys know, I grew up listening to Howard Stern. I was a daily listener of the Stern Show. I started as a teenager and listened just about every day until 5 or 6 years ago. As soon as Howard began his transition to Howie, I quit listening. But throughout those years listening to Howard Stern, I used to hear him criticize people all the time for saying yes to every single opportunity they were given. Hey there, it's me, Agent Al. Do you want to be the lead star on the new sitcom Virgin in the City? Your co-star will be the Star Trek Virgin Mike Freeman. This is a great opportunity for you. Please tell me your answer is yes, yes, yes. Most people would turn that opportunity down, right? A show with that premise, it would be canceled after one episode. Plus, who in the hell wants to work with Mike Freeman? He can't get any action from C-3PO. Why in the hell would a woman capable of breathing even consider sharing a stage with the Star Trek Virgin? Howard Stern used to warn up-and-coming talents to be careful with the opportunities that they accept. You got to be careful because a significant failure, it can derail your career. Hell, just ask Bomani Jones, the originator of the term huge embarrassing failure. That dude was so synonymous with failure, he could be in possession of the winning lottery ticket and still find a way to lose. Bomani Jones was given multiple opportunities. Seemed like ESPN was going to allow Bobo to fail indefinitely. But even his failure had an expiration date. Anyone seen Bomani Jones lately? What about Samantha Bee? You guys remember Sammy B? She used to host that late night dump on TBS, Full Frontal of the Bruce Caboose. Show was a failure and no one has seen Sammy B since. Jamel Hill, Smelly Jamelli. Don Lemon epically failed at CNN. What about Travis Noah? You guys remember Travis, the dude that turned The Daily Show into The Daily Show a failure? He claimed that he was leaving Comedy Central to focus on touring. You know how many dates Travis has booked for 2025? One. Every year, he will make a surprise appearance as the host of the Grammys because they can't find anyone else willing to polish that turd. But other than that, Trevor Noah, he is barely seen on television. It is a cutthroat business. You're not always given second chances, which is why I find it so confusing. Why an up-and-coming media star like Jason Kelce would agree to host a late-night dump at ESPN. If you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at KC_BTL84. Let's get to the sponsor for today's video, my friends at Sugar Mountain Trading. Do you struggle with back problems? Do you deal with minor aches and pains throughout your day and you really don't want to go to the doctor because all the doctor's going to do is find something else wrong with you? Or even worse, prescribe addictive medication that you don't want to take? Me personally, I hate going to the doctor. So does my wife, who actually deals with back pain, which is why she started using CBD lotions and oils from Sugar Mountain Trading. No, it ain't THC. Not going to make you fail a drug test. These CBD lotions and oils, they are designed for rapid pain relief. My wife deals with nagging back pain from time to time. We've tried over-the-counter stuff. We've tried the chiropractor. Nothing ever seemed to work. Within 5 minutes of me applying CBD lotion from Sugar Mountain Trading, my wife's pain, it was gone. I'm telling you, it's damn near magical. My wife, she keeps a bottle with her in her purse at all times. Sugar Mountain Trading also offers CBD bar soap that will keep you pain-free and smelling fresh at the same time. The CBD bar soap Comes in a variety of scents ranging from lavender to cherry almond. All CBD products offered at Sugar Mountain Trading 100% natural, 100% free of THC. So click the link in the description below. Use my promo code BTL20. Save 20% off your first purchase with Sugar Mountain Trading. Before we go any further, let me just say this. I don't blame this failure on Jason Kelce. To me, this is more of an indictment on ESPN. Sometimes I wonder if this network is sabotaging itself. Sometimes I wonder if ESPN is failing intentionally. Friday night, Jason Kelce made his late night debut on ESPN. Let me ask you something. How many of you knew about this? I didn't know, and I do this every day. While watching the Sugar Bowl last week, I don't remember seeing one commercial promoting Jason Kelce's show. I watched a couple of NBA games on ESPN last week. Don't remember seeing one commercial. Plus, why in the hell are you debuting a new show on a Friday night? Typically, Friday night, worst night for television. College kids are out partying. By the time Jason Kelce premiered on ESPN, college kids, they were getting reacquainted with their porcelain friend. For a lot of adults, married couples, Friday night's usually date night. They go out to dinner. When they come home, the last thing they're thinking about is watching some dude named Kelce on ESPN. The husband, he is hoping his wife doesn't start yawning on the way home so he can travel to the promised land before going to bed. Friday night is the worst night of the week to debut a show, especially when it hadn't really been promoted. It damn sure showed in the ratings because Jason Kelce, 290,000 viewers on ESPN. Last year, same time slot, ESPN drew 436,000. 2 weeks ago, same time slot, 700,000 viewers. I don't need the assistance of Mina Kimes to know that ain't good. According to John Ourand, who I believe used to work at the New York Post, ESPN's not overly concerned about these ratings. From ESPN's perspective, this is just a trial run. They've only ordered 5 episodes of the series, and if it doesn't work out, ESPN will just move on. According to John Ourand, ESPN's just glad to be in the Jason Kelce business. The problem is, ESPN seems to be damaging the Jason Kelce business. Whether that damage is irreparable remains to be seen. Sometimes the debut episode of a show, it might not draw flies to a fresh turd, but it gets good reviews from those who watched it. I'm not just talking about reviews from television critics, I'm talking about normal people too. For the past 2 days, ever since we talked about this on the second channel, I have read through media reviews. I have read the comments from normal people on social media. Everyone seems to be coming to the same consensus that I did. This show sucks. And again, I don't blame Jason Kelce for this. This is more of an indictment on ESPN. I don't listen to his podcast that he has with his brother Travis, who's soon to change his name to Swiffer. Hey, it's me, Travie. I'm a Swiftie. Yippee! I don't have anything against them. They're just not my thing. But from what I understand, one of the things that makes their podcast so appealing is the authenticity. 2 brothers sharing stories. 2 brothers talking about the NFL. 2 brothers just talking about life, shooting the shit. I can understand why that would be appealing. Problem for Jason Kelce, he wasn't able to show any of that authenticity on ESPN because they overproduced him. Let me show you an example of what I'm talking about. During his overproduced monologue, Jason Kelce cut to his wife, Kylie. His lovely wife was sitting in something called Kylie's Corner. This short segment, it was promoted on social media by ESPN. Supposedly, this was one of the better segments on the show. Of course, I'm sure ESPN chose this segment to promote because a woman was included. And we are the network that is dedicated to inclusion. They mentioned the fact that cursing will be included on the show. Now, my inside sources, they are telling me that ESPN is trying to be more appealing to the cool kids. They think cursing makes their network seem more edgy. But in this case, it just seemed unnatural and inauthentic. Watch it for yourself.
But I'm getting to make my own show with my wife, Kylie, as the announcer. Kai, is this not the best?
It's amazing. I do have an official disclaimer, though, that I'm obligated to read.
Yep.
To our viewers, this evening's program is intended for mature audiences. Young viewers, such as your children, may hear language that is inappropriate for them. Not our kids. They hear shit like this all the time, right, Jay?
Absolutely, yeah, no. Swearing is not an issue at our house. So you may hear the occasional F-bomb or something like this. I love you, Kai.
I love you too, Jay.
Shit, damn ass fuck! Let me give you an early prediction, maybe a spoiler. Since 5 episodes were ordered, I'm assuming ESPN is planning to air this show through the NFL playoffs, through the Super Bowl. By the time we reach the Super Bowl, this show will be canceled. Who thought it was a good idea to start another late night show? The broadcast networks, they are looking to get out of the late night business. The broadcast networks, free television, they can't figure out how to monetize this turd. So who in the hell thought this would work on ESPN? Think about it. When is the last time ESPN created a hit show? Right now, they are in the midst of canceling what used to be a hit show, Around the Horn. Over the last few years, that is one of the only things that ESPN has been good at, taking something that's worked for decades and fucking it up. When is the last time ESPN created a new star? Well, Casey, what about Mina Kimes? She's a huge star! Go look at her numbers on YouTube. Come back and tell me that Mina Kimes is a huge star. If Mina Kimes is a star, how come she's never been given her own show at ESPN? Isn't that what they used to do with stars? Give them their own show? Hell, Bomani Jones wasn't even a light, much less a star. ESPN gave him multiple shows, so how come they haven't done the same thing with Mina Kimes? Look, I wish Jason Kelce nothing but the best. I hope everything works out for him. But when I saw his show over the weekend, the first thing that came to my mind was the advice from Howard Stern all those years ago. Don't say yes to everything. Be careful about the opportunities that you take. If this show fails, do I think it's going to negatively affect Jason Kelce's media career? Probably not, but in a cutthroat business like television, you never know. Give me your thoughts on this. Jason Kelce's late night debut, massive flop, both critically and in the ratings. Anyone surprised by this? Do you think this show will be canceled after the Super Bowl? Let me know. Sound off in the comments below. Best way to contact me is through email, btlkc84@gmail.com. I'll see you guys tomorrow.